Go with the trends, they told me. That's how you get popular, they told me. Well, last time I tried to upgrade a popular game about a bunch of beans screwing each other over, it flopped as Fall Guys died immediately. So I thought, that'll happen to Among Us too. I'll just wait to upgrade it. But at this point, it has been consistently popular for months. So here I am going with the trends again. If the fad ends right as this video comes out, I guess I've found my supervillain power. One thing I'll give Among Us, I certainly like it a lot more than Fall Guys. 20 hours in a Steam game is high praise considering I haven't played 90% of the things in my library. Stupid summer sales! For this video, I'll be focusing primarily on potential additions, not changes, because at the moment, I think the formula is basically flawless. So if all of my suggestions were added somehow, I'd want them to be options we could turn on and off at will. But you'll definitely want to watch to the end. I've got some insanely cool ideas in mind that you won't want to miss. And hey, while you're here, why not like and subscribe? And don't forget to share this video with your video game loving friends. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's upgrade Among Us. Let's start with some new modes. My first idea is Reverse Mode, where the majority of the players are imposters and there's only one or two crewmates, who must work together to survive and make the others think that they are imposters as well. Meanwhile, the imposters need to work together in order to figure out who the crewmates are and kill them. The crewmates would know who the other crewmates are. It is the exact antithesis of the primary mode. I think this would be super interesting because the imposters would need to avoid killing each other by accident, but they would have to kill some people in order to figure out who the other crewmates are. I could be wrong, but I honestly think that flipping the formula on its head could work beautifully. This next mode I actually thought of myself, although you may have seen some similar ideas floating around the internet. What can I say? Great minds think alike. I even recorded a gameplay video of it a while back, but never posted it because my Let's Plays are garbage. I'm referring to the Jester mode, where you're innocent, but your goal is to make the other crewmates believe you're the imposter. And believe me, it's harder than it looks. I succeeded sometimes, but just acting weird isn't always enough. I throw out random accusations, but they believe me and toss the guy out. And if confirm ejects is off, there's really no way to tell if you were lying or not. But don't get me wrong, it's super funny that's just so chaos without consequences, and I hope they add this as a legitimate mode in the future. Lastly, you may have heard of Hide and Seek. It's so popular that even people in random lobbies I've come across know how to play. Everybody knows who the imposter is and tries to complete their tasks without being killed and without reporting bodies. The imposter must kill everybody to win, but his vision is impaired. A separate mode for this would be nice, in order to avoid people who don't understand ruining the game. Among Us ain't no AAA game, and the graphics are about what we've come to expect from an indie game, and I won't give it too much grief because I know it was originally developed as a mobile game, but still, some higher resolution textures would be welcome. The game isn't even HD. Maybe in the next official update when the airship comes out, we can also get a graphics upgrade. I mean, the devs have a massive budget to work with after the game blew up. Honestly, they could probably just use an AI upscaling program for it, and nobody would be any the wiser. I don't think this is too much to expect. I don't know if I've mentioned this before in any of my videos, but I'm not a fan of paid cosmetics. Even Fortnite, for instance, which has made nearly all of its money from paid cosmetics, allows people to grind for V-Bucks if they wish. Honestly, I think that's a good alternative. And in Among Us, where there isn't really any sense of progression, some sort of in-game currency that could be used to unlock the cosmetics would be welcome. I'm not gonna shell out $3 for the mini crewmate. That's nearly as much as I spent on the game, although it is pretty cute. Maybe winning as a crewmate gives you a crewmate coin, and winning as an imposter gives you a terror token. I had to continue the alliteration somehow. Getting different rewards would encourage people to play both types of character, and hopefully ghosts would stick around to help their fellow crewmates bring home the win. This could be helpful for more than just extra cosmetics. It might actually make people play the game differently. Of course, there would be issues with grinding for them, but I think for most people, it would make an excellent system to encourage them to play. Some more filters to narrow down exactly what randoms I'm playing with would be nice. It's not an issue when I'm playing with friends, but it would be much appreciated. So far, the only filters we get are what map we play on and how many imposters there will be. We can't search by voting time or number of tasks or player speed or anything like that. A more in-depth system for that would be great. Just a couple of sliders saying I want a voting time between 40 and 60 seconds or I don't want many tasks. In a similar vein, I'd like to be able to choose which we preferred, imposter or crewmate. Obviously, most people would choose to be imposter, but I have come across some people online who say they prefer being a crewmate, so those people would be able to stick with that, while others get to be the imposter just a little bit more often. More choice in how to play a game really can't hurt anybody. Seriously, everything that came before this was just padding. This is where the real meat of the video lies, and it would be so cool if they added some of the features I'm about to suggest. Have you ever thought it was a bit weird that every member of the crew could do every task? No? Okay, well that's not how it is in real life, so I made up 10 unique jobs to fit with the tasks that are found around the Skeld. The captain, the electrician, the janitor, the lieutenant, the medic, the mechanic, the grunt, the scientist, the security guard, and the chef. Now, some of these stick out like sore thumbs. What are the chef or the grunt going to do? Obviously, most of the jobs for these would be easy to figure out. The captain is in charge of navigation and aligns the engine output. The janitor empties the garbage. But character-specific tasks are only half the story here. The other half is the character-specific abilities. I thought of a unique quirk each of these guys could use to help the crew win against the imposter. The captain is the head of the ship, so you'd think the ability to communicate with his crew would be important. That's why the captain can send messages to all the other crew members at any time, even outside of meetings. The electrician might be good at fixing wires, but he can also electrocute vents, preventing imposters from entering them and causing anybody walking over them to be stunned temporarily. One of the janitor's primary jobs would be to clean up spills that appear around the ship at the beginning of the game. These spills are sticky and would trap any crew member or imposter that stepped in them for a few seconds and reduce their speed after they escaped. This would also be a fun new minigame, using the mouse or your finger to rub away the entire spill. Heck, it could be added to the normal game. Not only can the janitor clean these up, but he can also set one where he wants around the ship. The lieutenant's primary task would be to control the weapons and shields, you know, the fighting machines. As such, the lieutenant is allowed to try and kill one crew member during the game. Hopefully it's the imposter and not a crewmate. The medic can drag a body to the med bay. Wait, drag a body? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, in this more complex version of Among Us, every crewmate and the imposter can drag bodies around. The imposter can use it to hide his handiwork, while the medic can drag bodies into the med bay in order to bring them back to life. Yet another potential reason to stay in the game as a ghost. The mechanic can use his technical knowledge to send out a holographic decoy anywhere in his field of view. He can use this to bait the imposter into attacking or to perform a task from afar. The grunt is the classic brawn over brains type of guy, and because of that, he takes 2 hits to kill. Even pushing him out of the airlock won't dispatch him. The scientist has a scanner that he can use on one person to detect whether or not they're the imposter. The security guard can access the cameras from anywhere in the map. And lastly, the chef can cook meals to give themselves or other players speed and vision boosts. I tried to design all of these so that they could be helpful for the crewmates, but also the imposter that got that job. As a captain, the imposter could feed the crew false information. As an electrician, they can electrify the vents that other crewmates might walk over and could ensure that they didn't get trapped themselves. As a janitor, he could set traps all around the map. As a lieutenant, they can deflect the blame of killing somebody, saying they made a mistake, and they could also be sure that they wouldn't be killed. As a medic, he could either ensure that nobody revives a body or give himself serious credit by bringing somebody back to life. As a mechanic, maybe he can change the color of his holographic projection to make it look like somebody else committed murder. As a grunt, he can survive getting killed by the lieutenant or being thrown out the airlock. As a scientist, he can accuse others of being the imposter and doesn't need to worry about being found out. As security, he can check the locations of crewmates around the ship. And as chef, he can boost his own and other imposters' stats. Whether or not specific uniforms for each job should be worn, well, I don't know. I think it's best if they let the players decide. There'll be a lovely hectic chaos if nobody knows what anybody else's job is, but that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense in context. So that's about it. There's almost nothing I'd change about this game, but more content and complexity is always welcome, as long as it's optional. I don't want to ruin the great, easy to pick up and play game they currently have. But with all that said, I hope you enjoyed this video and all my ideas. Let me know what cool Among Us ideas you've been dying to share down there in the comments section. And don't forget to share my video with your friends as well. If you enjoyed and want me to upgrade more games, like, subscribe, and tell me what you want a video about next. Oh dang, they found it. I gotta go. See you later. Guys, it wasn't me!